In the summer of 1957, when America was glowing with neon signs, jukebox music, and the promise of a new era, a strange rumor passed quietly from town to town. Truckers whispered it at diners. Bus drivers mentioned it at midnight stops. Travelers swore they had seen it, and then doubted themselves moments later. They spoke of a road that shouldn't exist, a road that changed lives, then vanished like smoke. They called it the Lost Highway of America. Our story begins with Evelyn Carter, a determined young journalist from Chicago. She chased stories the way the new '57 Chevrolets chased the open horizon. She had a habit of finding the truth. The stranger and more mysterious, the better. One morning, Evelyn received an envelope with no name, no stamp, no address. Inside was a single postcard. No message, just a photograph of an endless desert road disappearing into the dusk. And at the bottom, printed in tiny letters, "Follow the lights." Evelyn felt a spark of curiosity that she simply couldn't ignore. Within a day, she packed her typewriter, notebooks, and her camera, jumped into her turquoise Chevy Bel Air, and headed west. Her plan was simple: chase the rumor, find the truth, and write the story that would define her career. For the first week, nothing unusual happened. She crossed Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, past wheat fields that waved like golden oceans in the wind. She passed through diners where waitresses called her Hon, and service stations where locals shook their heads at her question. The Lost Highway? Never heard of it, though. And then they always paused, thinking. I might have seen something once. Evelyn kept driving. As she entered New Mexico, the landscape changed. The world grew wider, emptier, more mysterious. At night, the desert stretched out black and silent. Except for one thing. Every midnight, in the far distance, she saw two small white lights, like headlights. Always ahead of her. Always moving. Never getting any closer. She tried speeding up. No luck. She tried slowing down. The lights slowed too. By the fourth night, she understood. The lights wanted to be followed. Near midnight on the fifth day, as she traveled through a valley of red stone cliffs, the familiar lights appeared again. This time, she hit the gas pedal. The Chevy roared. Dust flew behind her, and the desert wind howled in her ears. Then, without warning, the pavement beneath her wheels changed. The road began to glow with a faint blue shimmer, like moonlight trapped under glass. She had found it. The Lost Highway. It was silent, perfectly smooth, and impossibly straight. She looked in the rearview mirror. The normal road had vanished. Evelyn drove forward, breathless. The sky above her seemed bigger, the stars brighter. Signs along the side of the road pointed not to places, but to moments. 1941, the year of courage. 1865, the new beginning. 1920, dreams unleashed. The highway didn't lead across America. It led through America, through its history, its memories, its soul. Then she noticed something impossible. Beside the road, in the glow of the blue light, she saw scenes, like moving windows in time. Farmers dancing in fields after the first rain. Immigrants stepping onto new soil with hope in their eyes. A family watching the moon landing before it ever happened. Children from the future playing in parks not yet built. It was as if the highway showed every dream, every struggle, every triumph woven into the country's heart. Finally, the glowing road ended at a single wooden sign. Write what you've seen. As suddenly as it had appeared, the Lost Highway faded. Evelyn found herself parked on an ordinary road under a pink morning sky. No glowing pavement, no mysterious lights. Just her car, her camera, and a story greater than she had ever imagined. Evelyn returned to Chicago and wrote her article. Some said it was fiction. Others swore it explained something they'd felt all their lives. But one thing remained clear. Whenever someone traveled alone at night, chasing dreams across the American roads, they sometimes saw two distant lights guiding them forward.